Hello everyone and welcome back to Dev Portal, your go-to channel for tech and database concepts. Today we are going to explore the difference between where and having clause in SQL. To make things even more cleaner, we will use an employees table for all our examples. So let's get started. Both where and having are used for filtering data in SQL queries, but they operate at different stages in the SQL process. If we talk about where clause, then it will filter rows before any grouping or aggregations take place. On the other hand, having clause filter aggregate results or groups after the group by clause is applied. Let's try to understand the where clause first. The where clause is used to filter individual rows based on conditions. It applied before any grouping or aggregation take place. Let's say we have an employees table that you can see in my screen with column like employee ID, first name, last name and salary. Suppose we want to find out employees whose salary is greater than 50,000. In that case, where clause can help us to find out that record. So we need to mention select all from employees and then we will write where salary should be above 50,000. You can see there are total 15 records currently in the employees table, but if I run this query with filter, that is where, then now I am getting only 4 records. So what happened? This query filter out all employees whose salary is 50,000 or less. This condition applied to individual rows. Now let's come to the having clause. The having clause is used to filter grouped or aggregate data. It applied after the group by clause. Suppose we want to find out the departments where average salary of employee exceed 45,000. For that case, we need to use the having clause to find out the records. So let me show you that example as well. First, let me remove this where, and here I need to create first group of department. It will be group by, and I need to mention department name first, department underscore name, and I will mention having average salary should be above 45,000. And let me copy this department name. I will paste it here. I will print select department name and then average salary of that department. So I need to write average salary. If I run this query, so you can see we are getting only 3 records. Here the having clause filter out departments where the average salary is 45,000 or less. The filtering happens after the data is grouped by department name. Suppose if I remove this having condition, let me comment this having condition, and if I run the query now, you can see I am getting 5 records, but with having condition I will get only 3 records. So we have seen the individual examples of where and having clause. Now it's time to see their key differences. First, if we talk about the where clause, then it will filter rows before any grouping or aggregations. On the other hand, having clause filter groups after grouping or aggregations. If we talk about where clause, then it works on individual rows, whereas having clause works on aggregate data or groups. When we comes to use case, then where clause filtering raw data based on condition, and having clause filtering groups data based on aggregate functions. So it's time to combine where and having clause together in a single query. Suppose we want to find out the departments where only employees with the salary greater than 40,000 are considered and the total salary of all employees in that department exceed 1,50,000. In that case, how our query will look. So first let me remove all this thing and I will write select department name, comma, and I want to print the average salary, not average salary, total salary. So for that I need to use aggregate function, that is sum, and here I will write salary and then I will mention from employees table, and first I will filter the data on the salary. So I will write where salary is greater than 40,000, and then I will create a group on department name, and then I will add one more condition, that is having sum of salary should be above 1,50,000. So let me run this query and you can see now we are only getting 1 record. If I run the query without having condition, in that case we will get much more records. You can see now we are getting total 3 records, but with having condition we will get only 1 record. So what is happening here in this query? The where clause filter out employees with salary 40,000 or less first, and then the having clause filter out departments where the total salary of remaining employees is not exceeding 1,50,000. It means first it is filtering out all the rows with less than 40,000 or equal to 40,000 employees, and then it is filtering out all the departments whose total salary is not exceeding 1,50,000. So now it's time to see some of the common mistakes that we usually do with where and having clause. First, let's start with the where clause. The where clause cannot work with aggregate functions like average or sum. This will throw an error. Let me show you. Suppose if I write it here, select, and I will mention department name from employees, and I will mention where. Suppose average salary is greater than 45,000. If I run this query, in that case you can see I will get one error. So you can see it is saying aggregate functions are not allowed in where clause. If we talk about having clause, then we can use having clause technically without group by clause as well, but that doesn't make any sense. But let me show you the example. Suppose if I remove this query and let me write select, suppose sum of salary from employees table, and I am mentioning having, suppose sum of salary is above 40,000. If I run this query, so you can see it has provided the result. We are getting the sum of salary. Technically it is valid, but it is not recommended to use. So to summarize, use where to filter individual rows before grouping or aggregation. Use having clause to filter grouped or aggregate result after group by, and combine them for more complex queries that involve both row level and group level filtering. Thanks for watching this tutorial. If you found it helpful, please hit the like button and subscribe to Dev Portal for more SQL concepts. Having question or suggestion, please drop them in the comments below, and I will see you in the next video.